Outlander has once again left its viewers in a state of shock after a jaw-dropping twist that involved two main characters. Claire Fraser, portrayed by Catriona Balfe, and Lord John Grey, played by David Barry, were overjoyed to discover that Jamie Fraser, depicted by Sam Heughan, was not lost at sea as they had feared. The joy is tainted, however, as Claire and Lord John have wed under the assumption of Jamie's demise. Considering the times they live in, Lord John's secret homosexuality presents a challenge as it remains forbidden. Nevertheless, the pair find solace in marriage amidst their shared sorrow, reports the Daily Record. Their grief manifests into a night fueled by anger and sexual tension, which shocked many fans. After the broadcast, Starz' Outlander page advised on Instagram, "Check in on your Outlander friends this week. We've been through a lot." In reaction to this intense scenario, there was a deluge of comments from perturbed fans. One questioned the necessity, writing, "I don't get why she needed to sleep with John. No sense in that." This sentiment was echoed with another stating, "Right? So damn gross." Another agreed, "I know. I hated that." Yet one fan offered an alternative view, suggesting, "I don't think it was a need to, I think it was much more just drunken grief trauma response for the both of them." Others shared empathy towards Lord John's position with a comment stating, "Lord John, he's such an angel on earth, sometimes I'm so sad for him." Social media users responded to the latest drama with empathy, as one person posted, "Poor John, he deserves better." Another lamented, "Poor Lord John was like, hey, I was sad you were dead too," and gets a gun to his head instead of a tearful reunion. The emotional intensity of the scenes even had fans reaching for tissues, with one confessing, "I think I cried every single scene. Sad tears and happy tears OFC." Controversy surrounding Jamie's response to Lord Grey's intimate moments with his wife is expected to be intense. Actor Barry revealed to TV Insider that he predicted that the repercussions would be substantial, stating, "It's going to have really profound consequences for their relationship." He doesn't expect that Jamie's going to react in the brutal way he does. Outlander is available on Starz and to stream on Prime Video channel MGM+. You must be an Amazon Prime member before you can sign up for MGM. Smashing a mirror was only the start of a destructive rampage for William L. after discovering that Sam Heughan was his real father on Outlander. This is probably William at his absolute worst. He's having a full-blown crash out in this episode, Vandervaart told us in Inside Outlander, our weekly after show. William's fury drove him to a tornado, as Vandervaart calls it, of reprehensible behavior. One target was John Bell. Not only was William furious that Ian had kept it a secret that the two were cousins, but he was also jealous that Ian was engaged to Rachel. A fight followed, and William had Ian arrested. In response, Rachel slapped William across the face. When you incite a Quaker woman to violence, you know you're pushing the limits. Vandervaart also had an intense scene with Heughan. Two actors have been working together to create subtle links between the characters. We had a lot of discussions about maybe small mannerisms that William would carry that would be reminiscent of Jamie's mannerisms. We decided William picked them up when he was a child and they were interacting a lot. We had a lot of discussions about the two characters and how similar they are. One of those shared traits is that no matter how much they boil over, they always come back to their code of honor. William returned somewhat to his gentlemanly self in his second meeting with sex worker Arabella, Sylvia Present, whose real name turned out to be Jane. But the night he intended to spend chastely by her side turned passionate. In his mind, him allowing himself to enjoy that moment and not resist that kind of temptation is a loss of his honor. I don't think he wanted to be with Arabella. I think he wanted to be with Jane, which is an important distinction. It's something that he would have liked to experience with Rachel, his first love interest in the show. But this time around, he does feel a connection. It's two people that are fighting for an idea of what they want in their lives, and not in very good circumstances. The pair's lives will remain intertwined. There's going to be a bond that resonates and that continues, whether or not that's something more romantic or just them sticking around by each other's side. "I do feel like William now has a duty to protect Jane just because of their bond," Vandervaart says. "Sounds pretty Jamie-like." "As much as he wants to run away from Jamie, he's very Jamie," Vandervaart says. "Even though Jamie represents everything that he never wanted to be. He represents this Scottish, non-lordly person that's a traitor to the crown. And like Jamie," Vandervaart teases, "William will soon be back in the good fight. Eventually there is some action. Whether or not it's battlefield action, we'll have to see. He's a man of action." Watch the video above for the full interview to hear more from Vandervaart on William's emotional scene with Katrina Balfe, working with the Outlander intimacy coordinator, and if William will ever be ready to reconcile with Jamie and Lord John. David Barry, the actor known for his role in Outlander, is set to return for the remainder of the penultimate series, sparking curiosity among fans about his life off-screen. In the second part of Outlander's 7th season, Claire Fraser, portrayed by Katrina Balfe, was left shattered upon discovering the death of her husband Jamie Fraser, played by Sam Heughan. Jamie's close friend Lord John Grey, David Barry, who harbored a not-so-secret love for the Highlander, was equally devastated by the loss. When Claire faced the threat of arrest on suspicion of espionage, John stepped up to honor Jamie's memory and married her to ensure her safety. With Lord John playing such a crucial role in Season 7, viewers are eager to learn more about David Barry, the actor behind the character. Born in Toronto, Canada in January 1984, Barry relocated to Australia with his family and 3 siblings at the age of 7. Barry's talents as a singer and violinist were soon recognized, earning him a scholarship to a prestigious school for his vocal prowess. While studying there, he performed professionally at various festivals and even at Opera Australia. In 2002, Barry received another scholarship to study political science at Montreal's McGill University, hinting at a potential career in politics. However, his path took a different turn when he enrolled at the Australian National Institute of Dramatic Art in 2010. After bagging a master's in media practice from the University of Sydney, Barry snagged his first telegig as a researcher for Channel 7. The 40-year-old actor's debut on the small screen was in Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries in 2012, portraying Alistair. He then popped up in several episodes as Logan Meyer on Home and Away in 2012 before scoring his major role as James Bligh in the drama A Place to Call Home, which he held for 5 years. Barry hit the jackpot in 2016 when he nabbed the part of Lord John Grey in Outlander, catapulting him to global stardom. In a chat with Marie Claire, Barry dished on a stunt during his first day on set, marking it as one of his standout moments. Having flown to Scotland to start filming just a week after his audition, the actor recalled, "It really was a baptism by fire." He recounted, "I was beyond jet-lagged and not really knowing what I was saying or who the character was yet, and I was expected to film my first scene in torrential Highlands rain. The producers must have had a lot of insurance because I could have killed Sam Heughan that day." He continued, "Sam was in handcuffs while tied to the back of the horse by a rope, with me out of my mind, somehow managing to deliver all of my lines." Despite being a lauded member of the Outlander ensemble, Barry has grappled with depression for many years and now speaks candidly about his struggles. 5 years ago, he took to Instagram to share a heartfelt post about his struggles with mental health, aiming to raise awareness and inspire others to seek help. He penned, "I've struggled with depression since my early 20s. Many years later, and the feeling has never entirely left me. It's encoded somewhere deep in my DNA. My thoughts get dark from time to time. Peaks and troughs of life are a little more intense for me than they are for other people. Life feels like it's too much. I feel alone and hopeless. But here's the thing I've come to know. The hardest thing about depression is asking for help. Admitting to yourself and others that you really don't have it all under control. Once you overcome that, the rest is easy. Exercise, therapy, medication, and mindfulness." Barry tends to keep his personal life away from the public eye, hence not much is known about his relationship with his wife, Christina Tessick, except that they have been happily married for 12 years. Couple welcomed their son Alexander in 2016, coincidentally on the same day Barry returned to Australia after wrapping up filming for Outlander Season 3. Outlander is the hit fantasy series about time travel that premiered in 2014 on the Starz network, telling the story centered around Claire Katrina Balfe, a World War II nurse who accidentally travels 200 years back in time through a mysterious portal made of standing stones. In that era, she meets the Scottish Highland warrior Jamie Fraser, with whom she forms one of television's most beloved families, the Frasers. The show is inspired by the book series of the same name, and for nearly a decade, Outlander has captured the hearts of fans who are currently eagerly awaiting the arrival of the second half of Season 7, a part that began last June and left Jamie and Claire traveling back to their native Scotland. The series will conclude the romantic couple's story when Outlander airs its 8th season, likely sometime in 2025. Stars Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe confirmed the start of filming for the 8th and final season this week, and fans should brace themselves to see how this fascinating love and tragedy story of Jamie and Claire wraps up. Sam Heughan has been portraying Jamie Fraser all this time, and for his work in Outlander, the Scottish actor has become one of the most prominent on screen, taking on new roles in various films in recent years and a handful of TV shows. His acting career dates back to 2001 according to IMDb, and fans have seen him in various roles, but it was his part in the Starz series that catapulted him to fame. Some fans might not know this, but before landing Outlander, Sam Heughan was rejected 7 times by a famous HBO fantasy series while trying to be part of the cast. The actor was determined to play any character in the hit series Game of Thrones, so he auditioned multiple times, but luck wasn't on his side. Game of Thrones launched in 2011, and at that time Sam Heughan was still relatively unknown when he read for the role of Renly Baratheon, but it was the English actor Gethin Anthony who ultimately landed the role. Although he didn't get the part, the Outlander star ended up auditioning 7 times for the show. This included roles like Renly, Sir Loras Tyrell, and several members of the Night's Watch. Shock and awe gripped the Outlander devotees following the show's latest narrative twist, in which Claire Fraser, played by Catriona Balfe, and Lord John Grey, David Barry's character, come to realize that Jamie Fraser, portrayed by Sam Heughan, hasn't died. Their jubilation at discovering Jamie survived a shipwreck is swiftly overshadowed by the complexity of their own recent nuptials. Lord John grapples with his identity as a gay man, an aspect of himself he must conceal due to societal prohibitions, which comes to the forefront after he ties the knot with Claire, believing Jamie has succumbed to fate. The new couple, engulfed by sorrow, seeks solace within each other, but it escalates into a tempest of anger and charged energy on their wedding night, reports the Daily Record. Starz, through its official Outlander Instagram, captured the aftermath of the intense episode adroitly. Check in on your Outlander friends this week. We've been through a lot. Audiences aired diverse sentiments in the comments section. Some sympathized deeply with John, yet others were disillusioned by plot developments. I don't get why she needed to sleep with John. No sense in that, one viewer protested. To which someone seconded. Right? So damn gross. And another vented. I know. I hated that. Conversely, one attempted to rationalize. I don't think it was a need to, I think it was much more just drunken grief trauma response for the both of them. Yet, empathy flowed for John's plight too, as one person wrote. Lord John, he's such an angel on earth, sometimes I'm so sad for him. Poor John, he deserves better, commented one fan, while another added with disappointment, poor Lord John was like, hey, I was sad you were dead too. And gets a gun to his head instead of a tearful reunion. A spectator confessed. I think I cried every single scene. Sad tears and happy tears OFC. Jamie's response to Lord Grey's intimate moments with his wife promises to stir the pot considerably, as actor Barry disclosed to TV Insider that the repercussions will be significant. Barry hinted at the deep trouble ahead for their bond by saying, it's going to have really profound consequences for their relationship. He doesn't expect that Jamie's going to react in the brutal way he does.